Should you include images in your blog posts? Are they important at all? Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI doctor who helps small businesses and online stores to get on Google and YouTube page 1. Today I'm talking about the power of images, how images can help your blog posts grow. First and foremost, visuals act as a supporting tool for your blog. Even if you have written very descriptive, very powerful, very useful information in your entire blog post, visuals is going to help increase the value of your blog post and helps your reader digest those information better. If you aren't already aware of it, your blog post needs to be on average at least 1,800 words or more to be able to rank on page 1. Think about it, 1,800 words. Very lengthy, many words. How would it look like if there were no images at all? It would look something like this. Very wordy, isn't it? So what we need to do, if it's on a screen itself, you want to make it easier for them to read, is to insert images in your blog post. And you can't just insert any images. You want to inject images that will go with the flow of your blog post to help your readers get more connected with the blog post that you have written. Also, having those images help to space out the text. So every time, let's say if you have a good spacing of one image every 250 to 300 words, which is a good benchmark to have. It basically gives the reader a chance to breathe. Not breathe physically, but rather more of their brain, having like a short little pause before they read the next paragraph. So it's more reader friendly. Also, by having those images between those texts, you are helping the text to look more visually pleasing, and it's not just like a wall of text. So on the digital screen, it makes it really hard to read. So if you might have been able to read certain blocks of text on paper, on the screen, it makes it really difficult. And on top of that, if someone was reading your lengthy blog post, 1,800 words or more, on a small mini mobile phone, what happens is that it's going to make their eyes really tired after a while, even if they just reach their halfway point, and it will be difficult for their eyes to follow. So having more paragraphs and having more of those images breaking up those texts is going to help them to follow your text much better. Another thing that you might have already heard of is that an image speaks 1,000 words. If you have selected the right images in your blog post, it's going to help to enhance the understanding of your blog post. So when I say insert images, it could also be a diagram that you have created or you have got from somewhere. You can put it in to explain certain concepts that could be difficult for people to visualize if it was just pure text. Don't just limit yourself to just images. You can put in different diagrams, or it could be a Venn diagram or flow chart, something that you have drawn yourself. You can also use that as part of your image collection for your blog post. You could also have your own infographics, or if you are using an infographics example from someone else, you can put it in and quote that resource where you have grabbed the infographic from. So that's going to be really helpful for your blog post. If you are selecting the right images, especially if you are putting images of people, maybe of a certain scenery, and it complements your text, it's going to set off or trigger certain emotions in your reader. And when you trigger those emotions, it helps them to remember your text better, remember you and your blog post that you have written, because you have tugged on their heartstring with those visuals. By tugging on their heartstring, you are amping up the power of your blog post to make it not just easier for them to read, making it easier for them to understand and easier for them to connect. And that's how powerful visuals can be for your blog post. So some of you might ask me, is there an ideal number of images in each blog post? What I would recommend For you, if you are writing a blog post and you are publishing blog posts on a weekly basis, I would recommend probably around 250 to 350. You can select an image and put it in. I would also recommend if you could try to standardize the size of your images if possible, unless it's like a special diagram or infographic, so it's going to kind of give people a consistent feel of how you are arranging those visuals within your blog post. That's going to be really useful. By now, you would have understand how important or how powerful images can be for your blog post. And the next question you might be having in your mind is, so where should I go to get those images? Are there any specific resources that I would recommend? There are a couple of free image resources on the internet which you can use. For example, Paxos.com, that's a really good website where you can get a repository of images from nature pictures or pictures of people. And pixelbay.com is also another great website where you have a good selection as well. And other repository which you can go to is unsplash.com. That's another good resource. That's the top 3 resources I will usually go to look for images of people or nature, outdoor kind of images. So these are really good. However, if you have a specific type of image in mind that's more niche, so for example, if you want to look for more corporate business images that doesn't look that fake, there is the deposit photos that I would recommend. I'll put the link down in the description in the pinned comments below if you consider it. They have really good pictures, a wide collection, I would say a wider collections of pictures. So if you are using it to describe certain, let's say like parts of the body, anatomy, or let's say some scientific kind of diagram description, so they would have a wider selection for you to choose from as compared to the free resources that I've mentioned earlier. So do check it out and consider if you need to invest in that. They offer budget-friendly packages that you can choose from, and once in a while AppSumo also offers deals for deposit photos, so you can easily get a huge bunch of credits for them. And then what you can do is you can favorite those images that you're interested in and choose to download them later. What do you think? Do you think images are important for a blog post? Do you use images in your blog? Let me know in the comments below if you found this useful, or if you're already using images, which other resources do you use? Let me know in the comments below so we can share with others who are also watching this video. If you have enjoyed this and found it really useful, please give it a like and share it with people whom you know would definitely need to know more about this. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. And I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!